to skip Commissioner Ramirez again.
There you go.
Thank you. Okay, our Community Development Director's report.
No report this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Do we have any oral communications, Teresa? All right. With that, we will adjourn this portion of the meeting. And we will move right into our successor agency, Norwalk redevelopment meeting.
Mayor, if I may, did we do number 4?
The what?
Changing the time?
It's on the consent calendar.
Yeah, it was on the
Yeah.
consent, right?
Okay, perfect.
It was
Thank
on the
you.
consent. Thank you. Okay, our successor agency, Norwalk redevelopment meeting, call to order, please. Calling it to order and roll call, please, Teresa.
Members Perez,
Here.
Ramirez,
Here.
and Chair Rios.
Here. We have a consent calendar, items 1 through 5. Can I get a motion and a second,
move it.
please?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Roll call.
Commissioners Perez.
Aye.
Ramirez.
Aye.
And Chair Rios.
Aye. Do we have an executive director's report this evening?
No executive report this evening. Thank you.
Okay. To our city clerk, are there any oral communications? None. Okay, very good. So we will adjourn this portion of our meeting. And we'll move right into our regularly scheduled city council meeting for today, Tuesday, January 16th, 2024. And my computer's a little slow. Teresa, do you have a copy? Because my computer's like just spinning and spinning and it's not pulling up. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to call this meeting this evening. Again, as I mentioned, it's our regular scheduled city council meeting for January 16th, 2024. And I'm calling it to order. And we are going to continue with our invocation for this evening. And we have April Reuter from Pray Norwalk joining us this evening. Let me see if I can.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Happy New Year, everyone. It's good to be here. Let's pray. Father God, we just thank you so much for this new year, God, this new season ahead. And I can't help but think that you've got great things in store for the city of Norwalk. So tonight, God, with a spirit of thanksgiving, we just thank you for what you're going to do. We thank you that you're going to bless the finances of the city, God. We thank you that homelessness is going to come down. We thank you that our streets are going to be safer, that our students are going to excel in the schools, God. We thank you for everybody in leadership in the city pouring their hearts out in their part of the city, God. We pray that you would equip our public safety and those in the sheriff's department, God, and those in social services, Lord. We pray that this year would be a year where we could just see your fingerprints on so many things because great things are happening. And tonight, God, we ask for a special blessing over City Council, over our Mayor Rios, Lord, our City Manager. God, we just pray great wisdom for all things, Lord. Give them just downloads from heaven as to what to do with the agenda tonight and the rest of this year. So we just commit this meeting to you and thank you, God, that you've got great things in store for our city. We pray all this in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen.
If you could just, I'd like to present you with, say, certificate for your invocation with us this evening. So on behalf of the City of Norwalk and the City Council, we're more than happy that you're able to join us again for another invocation and giving us your blessing, praying over the city and our community. Thank you. All right. So we have a very special guest for our Pledge of Allegiance this evening. I want to call to our podium here, Mila Alessandra Peregrina Rios. And Mila is my granddaughter. Yes, and she was very gracious to accept my invitation to lead us in the flag salute today. Mila's favorite color is yellow. Her favorite food comes from kicking crab. Her favorite activity at school is working on art projects. She has 3 pets, 2 dogs, and a bearded dragon. And she enjoys dancing and playing soccer. Welcome, Mila, to our meeting this evening, and thank you for leading us in our Pledge of Allegiance whenever you're ready.
Please stand. Put your right hand over your heart. Please begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's give her a hand. Mila, I have something for you as well. Okay, Teresa, can we please get a roll call?
Council members Perez,
Here.
Ramirez,
Here.
and Mayor Rios.
Here. Our closed session report.
Yes, thank you very much, Madam Mayor, members of the City Council. The record should reflect the City Council convened this evening for closed session, with the 3 members that are present this evening being present for closed session. And that prior to recessing into closed session, the items that were listed as items 1 through 4 were identified for discussion in closed session. And the following is my report. On items 1, 2, and 3, a briefing was provided to the City Council. There was no action taken on those items, and there's nothing required to be reported this time. As it relates to item 4, which is the existing litigation matter, City of Norwalk versus City of Cerritos, City Council received a briefing on that matter. There was no final action taken, however, and there's nothing further to report. Moving on to item number 5, which is conference with legal counsel, anticipated litigation. This relates to the 6th tolling agreement with the BKK working group. On that matter, the 3 council members that were present unanimously approved the execution of the tolling agreement and authorized the city manager to execute that document. That is my report for closed session. It is appropriate to continue with the open portion of the meeting at this time.
Okay, thank you very much, Arnold. We'll continue then with our city council comments, and I'd like to start with Councilmember Perez.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and thank you for leading us. Today's your first official meeting as mayor. Congratulations. Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Quick shout out to all of our departments. Newsletters are out. So we have social services, child development, youth and family services, our senior center. The Norwalk Now was sent out to everybody's home. Also, there was a great newsletter that was sent out to everybody called Norwalk's Future. And this details all of the economic development that has been happening for the past 5 years in the city, provided updates and all of the economic notes that are currently in place in the city of Norwalk, and also provided some information on updates. If you have not seen this, please get your hands on one. You will definitely appreciate all of the hard work and the businesses that are coming into our city. Since we have not seen each other since December 5th, we've celebrated beyond. We've had Santa's float six nights a week. We had our angel tree program where we had an amazing and blessed day with our community. We have had Christmas, we had New Year's, we've had Las Posadas, we've had birthdays, we have had the Packers winning. I see a Packers fan sitting over there. Go Pack, go. Sorry, I had to. But I also wanted to report that I spent some time last week in Sacramento with our California contract cities. It's our annual legislative tour. We met with over 20 legislators, hearing their priorities for the state, but also sharing with them ours and how we really are advocating for individual cities to remain in control of what happens here in the city of Norwalk. We had sessions on public safety. We had sessions on housing. We had the FPPC come and speak to over 120 elected officials in regards to new campaigning laws, and offered assistance to all of us there in all of our elected cities. But we really spent some time discussing the new laws that are coming to our individual cities, our states, and trying to really ensure that everybody is up to date on what's going on. So as you all know, that's one of my passions, is really to make sure that we maintain local control. We always are the end all be all say of what can and cannot happen here in the city of Norwalk. And I just want to thank my colleagues for continuing to allow us to be participating in these types of conferences so we can advocate for our voice. Again, to all of our students, our families, thank you all for participating in all of our holiday activities. To all of our residents and businesses that decorated their houses with lights and music and huge blow-ups. It's truly what makes our city such a special place to be during the holidays. So please make sure you take note of what's going on. Our websites, our newsletters, our social media pages, you name it, there is always something happening in the city of Norwalk. Happy New Year, everybody, once again, and thank you for being here. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Councilmember Perez and Councilmember Ramirez.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Well, how could I follow that, right? She said everything that we needed to say. I just want to welcome everyone here today. It's great to see everyone back in the swing of things, and I want to wish everyone a prosperous 2024. But I also like to acknowledge one of our distinguished guests in the audience. I'd like to have our former California State Legislature, Mr. Hector De La Torre, please stand and be recognized. I don't know what brings him here today, but we're looking forward to see what you're bringing us today. But again, welcome to our City of Norwalk Council meeting. So we appreciate everyone's continued support. We're looking forward to an exciting 2024, as Councilmember Perez had mentioned, especially on the economic nodes and our current redevelopment projects that you can see throughout the city. I also want to commend staff and all our partners in paving our roads. If you guys noticed just recently, various sections throughout our community, they've been getting new streets. No pothole fixes, they're getting new streets. So I'd like to congratulate our staff and all our partners in making sure that our tax dollars are hard at work day in and day out in the city of Norwalk. So again, welcome and happy 2024. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Councilmember Ramirez. And I once again want to welcome everyone to our first meeting of the year here in 2024. Want to wish also everyone a happy new year. My wish for all of you is that you have an amazing year. You're safe, you're healthy, your family as well, you're succeeding, prospering, and you're enjoying your time here in the city of Norwalk. Also want to share that we started off 2024 very, very busy. I've already met with our city manager a couple of times. We're talking about what we envision 2024 to look like, obviously in partnership with my colleagues and our team here in the city of Norwalk. We are looking forward to an amazing 2024. We've already had 2 community cleanups. Obviously, our emphasis and our priority is keeping the city of Norwalk clean and safe. So we've already started that, and we will continue to have more throughout the year, maybe in a neighborhood near you very, very soon. I also started my 2024 with a meeting with Congresswoman Linda Sanchez, who has been a supporter of our community in the past, and she continues to be very interested in what is it that's happening in Norwalk. So I shared, gave her some updates. We talked about how she can partner with us in the future, continue to be a strong ally for us in the legislature so that we can get some positive stuff done in Norwalk as our plans are. Also, in case you missed it, we had a business open up on 15616 Pioneer. I hear it's very, very good. If you haven't visited already, please support our local businesses. And that's Wild Scoops Italian Ice and Custards. From the pictures that I saw, they had a very, very good support and attendance by our Norwalk Chamber and other members of the community. So thank you so much. Please support our local businesses. We had our Las Posadas event, which was a huge hit, a lot of fun. Thank you, Park and Rec, and everyone who participated in putting that event together for us. And we wrapped up 2023 with our first responder kind of stuff a bus event where our transit coach operators drove our bus around to different locations in the community. We parked, we called out the families and youth to come out and select yet another toy from the city of Norwalk. And obviously we were able to do that because we have sponsors that support our families and youth in the community. And it's just another way of us to give back. So that was very, very exciting and a lot of fun. And so, as I mentioned, 2024 is going to be an amazing year. I also want to welcome each and every one of you. I see our employees out there, our public safety partners. Thank you so much. I see some of our commissioners, some residents, familiar faces there. We also have elected officials. I'll announce my husband, Jose Rios, who's president of the Norwalk La Mirada School Board. Thank you. And Karen from the Chamber. And Richard Legaspi, thank you for your support. As I mentioned, I welcome each and every one of you, and thank you for taking the time to be here this evening and to hear about all the great things that are happening in the city of Norwalk. And I hope to have your help and your support as we accomplish big things this year. Okay, we will continue now with our special presentations. And we are beginning with recognizing the city of Norwalk for our 2023 Energy Award. Let's see, where's my script for this, for the presentations? I don't know. Teresa, my script for the presentations? Huh? I don't know. Where is it? I don't know. Okay. And just give me a minute while we, what I do want to just preface this with is by saying that our future meetings will hold or we will share a director's report in our future meetings, just to again have another opportunity for our community to hear some of the great things that are happening in our departments. And so in the future, you will hear from our different directors, leadership at that level, who are going to share some of the amazing things that they're taking care of, as well as some of the challenges that they're overcoming, because it's a combination of two for us to be successful. So this evening, we are going to recognize our City of Norwalk's 2023 Energy Award. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, so let me read you all a little bit here, give you guys some background. This past year, the city prioritized sustainability and climate resilience as one of its 4 main goals for the City Council's 2023-2025 strategic plan. In October, the City Council adopted its first sustainability plan, which will result in programs and projects that will conserve energy and help the community prepare for a clean energy economy. To help recognize our efforts, we have a special guest here tonight, Mr. Hector de la Torre, Executive Director of the Gateway Cities Council of Governments. His agency is instrumental for helping Norwalk and other cities in the region connect with partners and funding opportunities to improve our community's quality of life. For further remarks, I would like to invite Mr. de la Torre to share more with our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Rios. And I wanted to make a comment about your granddaughter. She could teach a certain city council member in Los Angeles a thing or two about doing the Pledge of Allegiance.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me here today. I think there's a video. I want to start with that. And then I'll talk in a couple minutes.
The Gateway Cities Energy Action Awards recognizes cities for their actions to improve energy efficiency and sustainability, and we hope they also help motivate progress through some friendly competition. Congratulations to our 2023 Bronze Energy Champions. And congratulations to our 2023 Silver Energy Champions. And now introducing our 2023 Gold Energy Champion public agencies. Congrats to the City of Artesia. The city is moving towards sustainable transportation by installing a road diet and green stripe bike lanes on 166th Street in partnership with the cities of Norwalk and Cerritos to encourage a shift from automobiles by making walking and biking safer. Congrats to the City of Bell Gardens. The City of Bell Gardens is upgrading HVAC systems at 4 key locations to ensure the provision and sustainability of community resiliency centers for residents and visitors in collaboration with the Energy Resilience Action Plan. 4 locations were considered, with the Ford Park Recreation Center being the top choice of 4 potential sites. Congrats to the City of Long Beach for reaching gold for the 3rd year in a row. The City of Long Beach recently installed cool roof replacements at several park community centers. This is a different type of project the city is utilizing to address energy efficiency and sustainability. Congrats to the City of Maywood for achieving gold for the 2nd year in a row. The city recently finished replacing the roof and HVAC systems at city facilities to improve energy efficiency. Congrats to the City of Norwalk. The City of Norwalk purchased and replaced 60 energy-efficient LED walkway lights at Norwalk Park. This not only aligns with one of the city's strategic plan goals, but also supports our broader goals of creating a more resilient and eco-friendly community. Congratulations to the City of Paramount for achieving gold for 3 years in a row. The City of Paramount proactively advanced its fleet capabilities by expanding its electric vehicle infrastructure with 4 more Level 2 EV charging ports. This year's fleet expansion initiative also featured the integration of more electric-powered Nissan Leafs to replace traditional gas-powered vehicles. And congrats to the City of Pico Rivera for its 2nd year as a Gold Tier agency. The City of Pico Rivera successfully applied for and received the Caltrans Sustainable Transportation Planning Grant to support the Rosemead and Lakewood Boulevard Complete Corridor project. Once completed, this 26.3-mile corridor will benefit the multimodal transportation system, enhance rapid bus service, improve connectivity and expansion of the light rail system, and stimulate new transit-oriented development through the corridor. Congrats to the City of Whittier. In 2018, the City of Whittier joined the Clean Power Alliance, or CPA, to purchase renewable electrical power for residents at competitive rates. The CPA offers 3 rate options: lean power, clean power, and 100% green power. Utilizing renewable or green energy reduces greenhouse emissions for over 27,000 active residential CPA customers.
You may wonder, why did I run all of those cities? Because I want to give you ideas for next year, and you can, do some of the other things that some of the neighbor cities are doing. And we are very proud to have 8 of our 27 cities of the Gateway COG reaching gold status. And one thing it didn't say was that Norwalk jumped from bronze last year to gold this year. So a major leap. This is very important to our region. We are in a very polluted part of Southern California, of the state. For those of you that don't know, the Gateway Cities is a joint powers authority of 27 cities in Southeast LA County, from East LA down to Long Beach and Avalon out on Catalina. It is over 2 million residents strong. If we were a city, one city, we would be the 5th largest city in America. If we were a state, we would be the 38th largest state in America. As it is, we are over 5% of the population of California. So together, we are very strong, and the means of collaborating to bring that strength is the COG. And in this case, SoCalREN, Southern California Regional Energy Network, is the organization that you're a part of, that we're all a part of. And we try to promote sustainability. We try to bring resources to our city. So we don't just give out awards. We also make available state funding, federal funding, county funding opportunities to cities that want to improve their energy efficiency. So Norwalk, thank you. Congratulations. You've been a phenomenal partner, and we hope that you just keep elevating what you're doing to make the community cleaner and more sustainable over time. So with that, I have your award here today. And it's very simple. It says Gateway Cities 2023 Energy Action Awards, City of Norwalk, Gold Energy Champion. Congratulations.
Colleagues, would you join me for a photo, please? Thank you so much. That means a lot.
And before I leave, I just wanted to say hi to Arnold, who was our city attorney in Southgate way back when. Thanks a lot. Congratulations.
I just want to, thank you so much, Mr. De La Torre, for presenting this award to us this evening. It really is a big deal because, as you mentioned, we want clean air, we want clean water, we want a clean environment, and we want to ensure that our environmental justice is a cause that we have taken up in the city of Norwalk. And so I appreciate the foresight and vision that my colleagues have had in ensuring that Norwalk is at the top of the list when it comes to ensuring that our community sees those benefits for a clean, sustainable environment. So thank you so much. It is a big deal. Thank you so much. All right. So our next special presentation is by our Lions Club this evening. And tonight, the City of Norwalk would like to recognize the Lions Club The organization reached out to the city and asked to present 2 check donations. The donations will go to our Public Safety Department's HOPE team and Public Safety Cadets. For those of you who are not aware, the Norwalk Lions Club has served our community since 1946. The Norwalk Lions Club is part of the world's largest service club, which includes 1.4 million members in 200 countries. They are united to help those in need through local projects and global causes. Please help me welcome some of our Norwalk Lions Club members here with us this evening.
Okay, there you go. I know I figured this out. Madam Mayor, members of the City Council, staff, on behalf of the Lions Club, I'm Rick Ramirez. I'm the Vice President or Second Vice President of the Norwalk Lions Club. We're here with all our distinguished members of our club. As you mentioned, we're one of the largest service organizations in Norwalk, always giving back 100% of what we do. On behalf of the Norwalk Lions Club, we have 2 checks that we like to present this evening. One for $1,000 to our HOPE team in our efforts to address the homeless issue that we currently have in Norwalk. And we want to commend those officers for their hard work and dedication in keeping our community safe, clean, and a happy place to live, work, and play, right? So let's give a round of applause to the HOPE team. So, Mr. Ramos, would you like to accept this check on behalf of that HOPE team?
HOPE team, please come forward. Good, awesome. Come on
But I'm
down.
also happy to present another check for $500 to our Public Safety Cadet Program. So on behalf of the Norwalk Lions Club, we like to present this check to what we believe is a well-wheeled, I guess, public safety team that we're grooming our future. We're grooming our future officers to be productive contributions to our community and keeping it clean, safe, and wonderful place to live, work, and play. So on behalf of the membership, we want to congratulate you guys all for what you guys do in, day out. And hopefully this amount goes towards your efforts.
Let's give them a round of applause. And I'll ask that if we can take a photo with our first, the HOPE team members and our Lions Club, as well as my colleagues, and then we'll do another photo with our Public Safety Cadets.
Madam Mayor, if I may, just real quick, I'll probably get it when I get home, but I'm presenting this on behalf of the president of the Lions Club, Gina Ramirez, as well as the first vice president, Norma Amesca, that couldn't be here tonight because of work obligations, but they want to send their regards and wish our community success. So again, thank you.
Thank you so much. Two very worthy causes. Our HOPE team does an amazing job in helping us to address and help us to identify resources and assistance for unhoused. Those experiencing housing insecurity, and our public safety cadets are definitely the future of our community. So very well. Good choice. Good choice, Lions Club. All right, the next presentation we have is recognizing LA County Norwalk Library's bookmark winners. In the fall of 2023, the Los Angeles County Library hosted their 44th annual bookmark contest. Young artists from kindergarten to 12th grade were invited to participate. Tonight, the City of Norwalk and the county's Norwalk and Alondra branch libraries are proud to announce the K through 12 winners. Joining us to announce the winners is Cheryl Gilera, I hope I pronounced that correctly, Community Library Manager. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Mayor Rios. I am very pleased to be here to recognize our bookmark winners. They had tough competition. There were many amazing submissions. However, these were the ones that stood out. So I'm going to be announcing Norwalk and Alondra Library's 8 winners. So I'll start with Norwalk Library. The first winner from the kindergarten through grade 2 category is Joya Laxon. So Joya, if you could come out. Our next winner from Norwalk Library is Lahini Walpita from the grades 3 to 5 category. And I just noticed their artwork is actually up on the screen, so if you guys can see it. All right. Our third winner is Josephine Messinas. I hope she's here. Grades 6 to 8. Yes. Our next winner is Jocelyn Armienta, 9 through 12 category. I didn't get a chance. So I'm going to move on to the Alondra Library winners. For the first winner in the kindergarten to 2nd grade category, Isabel Cho. Our next winner is Jessa Myrtle R. Lapid. She's from the 3rd to 5th grade category. And then our next winner in the 6th to 8th grade category is Mary De La Vega. Our last winner couldn't make it out today. Her name is Gabby Petway, and she's from the 9th through 12th grade category. Congratulations to all.
Thank you so much to our Alondra and Norwalk Library partners. I hope you all had a chance to enjoy the bookmarks while they were up. The young ladies did an amazing job.
Mayor, before we continue, for our parents and everybody that's out there, the city of Norwalk has what we call our Norwalk Flickr page, where all of our photos are uploaded. So from any event, any council meeting, anything like that, you will see professional photos there for you. So if you didn't get the perfect photo tonight of your child receiving their certificate or something during one of our celebrations, please go onto our website, look up the Norwalk Flickr page, and you can get your pictures there.
Thank you, Jennifer. Okay, so our next presentation is recognizing our holiday window decorating participants. On November 26, 2023, the Art in Public Places Commission held their annual holiday window decorating event. More than 24 families and TAP volunteers painted the City Hall windows. My City Council colleagues and I would like to thank all of the volunteers who turned City Hall into a winter wonderland. We also want to thank the Art in Public Places Commissioners, starting with the chair, Natalie Legaspi, if you could please come forward, Natalie. And Commissioners Kim Apodaca and Linda Lopez for their assistance during the event, and Hannah for her artistic talents. We want to give a shout out to Sergio Gonzalez, the manager of the Starbucks on Pioneer and Firestone, who donated coffee to volunteers that day. Now, we will recognize each family and volunteer. As we call your name, please come down to accept your certificate and take a group photo with the City Council. And if any volunteers are not present, we will make sure that they get their certificates. Mr. Gomez, would you please assist us by reading the names of our family and volunteers? Once, Natalie, if you'd like to say a few words before we begin announcing. You're good? Okay. Mr. Gomez?
Yes. Mayor, members of the City Council, it does bring happiness and greetings and holiday festivities here in the city of Norwalk when we see these lovely paintings on our windows as we come to work during the day and when we leave our offices. For the Norwalk families, we'll start with Carvalho family. If you can come up. We also have the Copen and Hayes family. We have the Cruz family. the Delgado family, the Garcia family, the Hernandez family, the Lasso family, the Monroy family, the Villalba family, and then we have the Teen Alliance Program volunteers, Omar Abu Galia, Areli Cruz, Jimena Dorantes, Cassidy Gonzalez, Lucy Gonzalez, Nathan Enriquez, Gianna Hurtado, Aida Keira, Achilles Marangos, Valerie Martinez, Judith Peralta, Emily Ramirez, Daniela Sandoval, and Yasmin Velez. These are all our participants for the Holiday Window Decorating 2023.
I missed this year, but I have done the decorating contest and the window. It is so much fun. So much fun. Okay, now we'll move on to our city manager comments. And forgive me, I misspoke earlier when I was talking about the director's report and how we can expect that in our today's and our upcoming and future council meetings. So I will allow Mr. Gomez to continue with our information.
Great. Thank you, Mayor, members of the City Council. First of all, I want to wish everyone a happy and prosperous new year. You will see a little bit of what this past year entailed. We expect it to be even more exciting this year in 2024. The one word that I'd like to leave you with is health. And I want to just wish everyone great and health and to make that a goal for yourself, for myself, but to focus on health for this new year. What we're going to do is have our departments present their highlights for the department at each of our meetings. And so today you will hear of our Norwalk Transportation Department. It's a well-recognized, not only county, but statewide transit system. And we have, proud to say, our leader in our region, Mr. James Parker, who leads the transit department and has had many successes, including one area that is something to be recognized, a bus stop over at the El Monte transportation center, which only the higher volume transit operators get to have one. So, and it's fairly new in terms of the construction. And so, with that, Mr. James Parker.
Thank you, Mr. Gomez, and members of the Mayor Rios. First of all, congratulations, Mayor, and members of the City Council. I think we have, based on the support and assistance of our Public Affairs Department, I think we have a quick video that we'll show, and then I'll make a few comments afterwards, if I may. Okay, that was a brief video for those of you that are not familiar, but most of us are, and I appreciate the support of Public Affairs in putting all of that together. Basically, Norwalk Transit was established on August 1st of 1974 as a small intercommunity circular system, and was originally known by many of you that remember back then as the Hustle Bus, okay, which consisted of 12 buses on 3 routes, primarily within the city limits of Norwalk. The base fare at that time was 10 cents. Currently, Norwalk has a fleet of 34 buses and operates 6 fixed routes that provide essential means of public transit to access jobs, schools, recreation, and other activities in the city of Norwalk and the surrounding communities of Artesia, Bellflower, Cerritos, El Monte, La Mirada, Santa Fe Springs, South El Monte, La Habra, Whittier, and the unincorporated areas of LA County. With all these services that are presented and provided to our residents and the surrounding community, we have to have a pretty vibrant and fully staffed customer service center to assist patrons by providing detailed trip planning and guiding them to the correct bus stops and other destinations that they are seeking. We're one of the few that you could actually speak to a person live without going to a prompted system. However, Norwalk patrons are now able to access our real-time bus service arrivals and departures on our new technology by downloading the app My Stop to access real-time bus arrivals and departures. Customer service staff also provides sale of all fare media in the county pretty much, including the Transit Access Pass, Metrolink commuter rail monthly passes for our employees, Metro's low-income fare program, the LIFE program, discounted for seniors and low-income families, and the NTS, of course, our own dial-a-ride taxi card program. As you saw some of the on the screen, our maintenance department, we really are proud of what they do. They're essential to make sure that buses are safe and available for service each day. That division, of course, provides maintenance for the bus fleet, which you saw, but as well as the city fleet. All of the city fleet, with the exception of some of the leased vehicles, we provide the full service for those vehicles. So they're almost a 24/7 operation with those activities. Also, our mechanics have been tasked to manage the technology of multiple types of propulsion systems. We are now up to 6 battery electric buses and moving forward beyond that. In collaboration with the California Transit Training Consortium, we are providing hands-on familiarization training for all of that technology uh, and the opportunities for our maintenance workforce to really be very well versed in those things. Not to mention our compressed natural gas vehicles and for future consideration, hydrogen cell buses in the future. So you saw that near the end there, the dial-a-ride service, which I think is really important. I think as long as I've been here, which has been a while, city policymakers, you all have really shown a focus on quality of life for our seniors and our disabled community residents. And I think we try to reflect that in some of the services we provide through our dial-a-ride service, um, so that there's two components of our dollar-ride service for our seniors ages 60 and older, and or any physically disabled, regardless of age, person in our city that resides in our city. The first component is an advanced dial-a-ride, where you can make your reservation in advance utilizing our accessible dial-a-ride vans, and we provide curb-to-curb service for those purposes uh, within the city limits for a modest fare of $1 per one-way trip. The second component is our on-demand user-side subsidy. We put this subsidy in the hands of our seniors, and this is an on-demand taxi program, which provides interjurisdictional trips for to over 147 sites with and medical facilities and dental facilities in Bellflower, Downey, Lakewood, Santa Fe Springs, and Whittier. Fare is paid by use of a preloaded taxi card that we give them, which provides them 50 one-way trips. That's the user side subsidy portion. And they have a copay of $1 per trip. So I think that's a good deal for most of our seniors, and we want to add on to some other services that we're looking forward to. But essentially, in closing, Norwalk is gearing up to celebrate its 50th anniversary in August of 2024, to acknowledge our transit workforce who have provided transportation services to millions of patrons and Norwalk residents to get to work, school, health, care appointments, or simply to visit family and friends. We look forward to all of you joining us in that celebration, and we consider it quite an auspicious occasion. So I end with that. Thank you, Mayor and City Council.
Let's give him a round of applause. To our entire transportation division team, thank you so much as you spoke about just their contribution and how really they provide safe, reliable transportation services for the many that rely on just that in our community. So please give them a big thank you on our part and let them know that we appreciate their hard work and dedication to the residents of Norwalk. Thank you.
The next item is our Sheriff's Quarterly Report, and Captain Conti will present. Thank you.
Thank you. All the deputies had to clap, so then everybody joined in. Hello, everyone. Happy 2024. Madam Mayor, Councilperson Perez Ramirez, it's good to be with you today. I'm here to speak on the return on investment that you guys have made into public safety for the residents of our city. And I'm happy to say that overall, our city is safe. Better. Okay. Our city overall is safe. Nuestra ciudad está seguro. The dedication the council has made to public safety underscores a strong bond between the Sheriff's Department, the Public Safety Department, and the community. In the face of challenging public safety issues that impacted Los Angeles County, the city of Norwalk has experienced a moderate 7% increase in crime. So we have experienced an increase in crime of 7%. A lot of neighboring areas and other cities in the county have experienced a double-digit increase. So we're happy with the 7% increase, but we know that we can do better. And our station, me, public safety, we're dedicated to doing better this coming year. And we're committed to that. There's 3 areas where we recognize some challenges: crime, traffic, and quality of life issues. Something that we have to address, although we had a decrease in shootings this year, we did have an increase in homicides in the city of Norwalk this past year. We had 7 homicides. This is not typical for us. We typically have 2 to 3 homicides a year. This year we had 7, but I'm happy to report that all of those incidences, except for one, which is our latest one, have been solved, arrests have been made, and those arrests happened within 1 month of the incident. And that there's a reason for that, and I'll get into it in a minute. The last incident that occurred was at the Target, December, I believe it was, or late November. And that incident has not been solved yet, but speaking with detectives, they are on the verge of making some progress and an arrest. After analyzing those incidents, however, we can report that there's no trend and there's no patterns. In one way or another, these incidents have all been related to people involved in gang activity. When a homicide does occur in our city, we have homicide detectives that roll to any homicide. They're centralized. They come from wherever they're working. Their office is in Monterey Park, or if it's nighttime, they come from home and they come to the scene of the crime. But we also deploy our net deputies, your net deputies, the deputies that the officers that you guys invested so much in, along with our public safety officers, our net deputies. They respond out there and they know a lot of the players. They know the neighborhoods. They know some of the people that are involved in there. They partner with our gang detectives, with our homicide detectives, and they get a lot of that information that detective needs to solve the crime. So that investment that the city has made has helped lead to these crimes being solved quickly. So that's a testament to the investment that you guys made. Aside from the law enforcement response, we also provide services to these people through public safety and even our department. We get out there. We oftentimes they might have a child that's involved in gang activity. Doesn't mean everyone in the household. They're victims too, as much as a person. So we do provide those services for them. So it's a multi-faceted approach to respond to these problems. And we, despite the increase, we are having success in solving these issues. And as we know, when crimes are getting solved, they don't tend to happen as much. There's that deterrent. So the other issue where we could do better is traffic. Traffic continues and accidents remain a persistent challenge in our city. Many of these incidents is attributed to unsafe lane turns, excessive speeds, and in some incidences, DUIs. DUIs continues to be something that we work with. We had a DUI checkpoint in April. Our DUI checkpoints are funded from a grant that the Sheriff's Department applies for, and it's set up through our Traffic Services Bureau. So through this coming year, we want to continue addressing traffic issues by education, enforcement, and partnering with the city with engineering efforts. Education comes through social media, going to neighborhood watch meetings, attending Chamber of Commerce events, just getting the word out. And it's funny, I go to a lot of these meetings, and no matter what the topic is, anybody have a question? Hey, there's a speeding. There's always seems to be a traffic issue. So we're happy to address it. We're happy to get that information out to everyone. Enforcement, the traffic deputies that we have are addressing a lot of the issues. We have the Studebaker corridor between Rosecrans and Imperial Highway. We have our motor that's been addressing a lot of the issues over there. We're going to continue with that. Public safety, your public safety officers that you invested in, those vehicles, I'm driving around town and those public safety cars, they look like cop cars. Those are deterrents. People see them and they slow down. So that's another area where it's helping our city and our traffic efforts. And then deploying decoy vehicles is something we're going to enhance as we move over the other years for some of these problem areas. Engineering is something we will continue to work with. Our net team and our traffic motors, they hold weekly meetings with the public safety officers. They provide updates. So when a complaint comes in, either through public safety or the Sheriff's Department, Public Safety Director Ozzy Ramos, your lieutenant, Noe Garcia, the deputies, public safety, they get together and they roundtable. Who does this? Is this parking? It could go to the city. Is it traffic? But we work together. We try to, they kind of troubleshoot it. How could we address it? And so we're going to be continuing with that. And from there, they meet with the engineering department and can attack any issues that they see there. The strategic deployment of 3 motors and 1 commercial enforcement unit allows us to position our resources through the city where they're most effective. Over the last 2 years, our motor deputies issued over 6,300 traffic citations. I know a lot of times people aren't happy to get tickets, but it's necessary in keeping our community safe, and it does work. So we're going to continue that in our next year here. As of April, we had our DOI checkpoints. We're going to continue that. I'm going to reach out to them, see who I know over there, try to get some more resources to come over here. That's some of the beauty of having partners such as Ozzy, Noe, and the whole team. We know people throughout the county. We have resources. When we see an issue, we're proactive in reaching out to them. During the past, this end of this last holiday season, public safety joined with the sheriff's department. We started promoting traffic safety and prevention through social media, community events, neighborhood watch meetings. This led to a significant reduction in traffic-related DUIs for the month of December. This past December, during the holiday season, which is typically high, we had 2 DUI accidents only. Our last issue that we want to focus on this end of this year is a quality of life issue with directly dealing with homelessness. Homelessness, as we know, does not only affect the homeless population, but the broader community. As a captain of this station, I am thrilled to work in a city where you guys have invested so much in homelessness. The Hope Team is something, I worked for a community partnerships bureau all over the county. I had teams all over the county, 5 of them. And I always tell people from Lakewood to Lancaster, I've never seen the proactiveness that the city has invested in. The Hope Team is instrumental. These deputies respond to calls with homeless individual, and they have a resource right there. I would get calls when I worked that other unit, different parts of the county, and it would take us days, weeks to get resources out there. Our deputies have the luxury of having those people right there. Not only does that give the field deputy support right there when we could resolve the issue, get these people into services, but that deputy is now free to do proactive police work. Since inception of that, the complaints against our deputies, and not just with Hope, but with the PSO program, the Quadrant Officer Program, which since September, we're seeing a drop in complaints against deputies and use as a force with deputies. And as a captain, I thank you very much because that creates a lot of work for me. So our community is safer, our deputies, officers are safer. It's a great program, and I thank you for it. So we're going to continue to work with them, continue to see the drop in homelessness in our city, and we hope to see progress there as well. So thanks to the city's commitment to ending homelessness, those deputies are more free. And when I'm out with other captains, I brag about our city. There's always a rivalry no matter what, but I throw out to them some of the resources that we have, some of the teams that we have, and they're amazed just by the amount of net team deputies we have. So again, I thank you. So in closing, I want to reiterate the paramount importance of community engagement. It's been the cornerstone of our success. And together we can build a safer, more connected community that thrives in shared responsibility and mutual support, because that's what's important. The support of our community, our public safety, and the sheriff's department. Together, I really think we could solve any issues that come our way in the next year, partnering together. So I thank you for the support. I thank you guys for the opportunity of choosing me as captain. And I look forward to a great year ahead. So unless you have any questions.
Any questions for Captain Conte?
Captain, thank you for the report. Thank you for the first quarter of being here in Norwalk. If there's anything that you think that we can do to assist in continuing that conversation between the county, our board of supervisors, anything like that, that you think would benefit our station specifically, please reach out to us. because we do have the ear of the supervisors. I know that they have added additional classes for the academy, but we know it's not enough, right? We know that even though they added the amount of classes and to the academy, but those that actually graduate and move forward into either it's the jail systems or make their way to an actual station, we know we still have a shortfall. So if you think of anything that can assist us in communicating that forward to the Board of Supervisors or whoever we need to take it to, by all means, grab us, send us an idea, whatever it may be, because then we have the partnerships of our other municipalities that we can band together and do that together. We know that there's a shortfall. We want to support you guys as much as possible to get that resolved in any way that we can. So please utilize us as a resource.
Thank you very much for that. As a matter of fact, tomorrow we have an executive conference day, and I'm sure that topic will come up, and I'll be sure to bring that up. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilmember Ramirez?
No, I just like to thank you guys for your hard work and effort out there keeping our community safe. But one thing I would like to make note is that we can put more emphasis in our neighborhood watch and our business watch programs. I know just recently we've had some break-ins, and Mr. Rose was just yesterday, right, or this morning walked into his huge window shattered. So more attention to our business community and also our neighborhoods. I think it's vital.
So thank you for that. Actually, it reminds me, I've been around for 5 months now, going to the different events, and sometimes we do see the same faces go around. So I went out to Deputy Romo, who's on the NET team, and one of our community relations officers, and we need to start getting new faces in here. We have our neighborhood watch. We need to increase that. There's less than 20 neighborhood watch captains. We need to get that to 70 to 100. We need to get the word out there. A lot of residents, and speaking to them, don't know about the dual program that we had here with public safety, addressing some of the smaller issues, but the collaboration that we have. So that's very important. We were just the other day at a business event. We have the quadrant with the coffee with a quadrant officers coming up here. So we are going to be out there, and thank you for that, because that's our goal as well, is to get more people out there, new faces, so they know to report, they know who to call, they know what's the difference between a robbery and a burglary, what should I be calling on, and that's all through education. So, and sorry, sir.
Thank you, Captain. I know our city manager has already heard it from me, but I just wanted to also share with you that we will be focusing very, very specifically, laser focus on our businesses and our commercial or retail establishments to make sure that our businesses are safe. As I said in the beginning, we want to ensure that Norwalk is a safe and clean community. So I really appreciate the partnership that we have with you. And I agree with your words. In collaboration, we can make a lot of good things happen in 2024. So I look forward to that.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mayor, if I can add something, the captain said something that really sparked an emotion, a feeling. Mm-hmm. So we go to all of these coffee with the cops, we go to ribbon cuttings, we go to all of these events, the same ones that you're going to, and you just mentioned, we see the same people there. So if you have ever gone to a coffee with a cop and you've been to 5 in 1 year, you need to bring a friend.
Yeah.
Okay, you've already heard what we're going to tell you, but it would expand the program if you bring a friend, bring somebody that's never been there before. Mm-hmm. And Captain, you hit it on the dot when you said that, because you've seen the same people get the same free coffee or the same donut at every single event, whether it's the Meet the Mayors, the Coffee with the Cop, whatever it may be, the same people. But if we're not sharing that information with everybody, shame on all of us, right? We can only do so much. So if you go to these events, please bring a friend. That's the challenge for 2024. Bring somebody new.
Great idea.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad that Jennifer mentioned that, because I know that we talk about being a connected community, but there's a difference between being a connected community and connecting with the community. Mm-hmm. And that's what we need to focus on this year is, yes, we are a connected community, but are we actually connecting? What connections are we making? Because we need those connections to make a difference.
We do.
So yeah, thank you. That's a good pledge. All right,
I like
let's
it.
do it.
Sounds
Let's
good.
do it.
We're
Thank
with
you, Captain.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. You've reached your limit.
I know, huh? Jesus.
Yes. Next, we want to share with the community our holidays in Norwalk, Las Posadas, and then the biweekly review. So next, we'll have the holidays in Norwalk. And then starting with the year, Las Posadas.
Welcome to our annual Las Posadas.
Las Posadas have been amazing. Happy New Year!
And the last will be the biweekly video.
The Social Services Center hosted the 2-week Frosty's Winter Art Retreat program for 5th grade girls, led by women mentors who are recreation leaders and volunteers. The mission focuses on bringing young women together and helping them bond through arts, crafts, design, and baking. On January 8th, 2024, Wild Scoop's Italian Ice and Custard held its ribbon-cutting event to welcome the Norwalk community. The small business serves delicious Italian ice, frozen custard, and soft-serve ice cream that is freshly made daily. Check it out at 15616 Pioneer Boulevard. On January 9th, 2024, the City of Norwalk and the American Red Cross held its annual blood drive at Norwalk City Hall. City staff and residents donated blood and became lifesavers. Contact the American Red Cross at redcrossblood.org for more information. On January 13th, 2024, the Mini Mr. Sun program named Shine Up Norwalk helped assist the residents by disposing of bulky items at no cost. As a token of appreciation for the participants, donuts and coffee were provided. Keep an eye out for the next cleanup program coming to your neighborhood soon.
Thank you.
That concludes my city manager comments. Thank you.
Thank you so much to our public affairs department and your team for such an amazing, representation of what happens in our community. I really appreciate that. Before I continue into now the content of our city council agenda this meeting, which would be the consent calendar, I do have an announcement for one of our items, item 16 under the public hearing, which was resolution number 24-02, appeal of the Planning Commission's denial of precise development plan number 2023-02 and conditional use. At this time, we're going to have to move this item to a future meeting. There was an appeal that was submitted, and rightfully so, we'll have to hear that appeal. So we're going to move this meeting to move this particular item to a future meeting. However, if any of you are here to comment on item number 16, you're more than welcome to do so if you're here already, but just know that the appeal, the respondent in this case, the company or organization's proposal representative for the proposal is not present. As I mentioned, if you're here, you're more than welcome. Is anyone here wanting to speak on item number 16?
Madam Mayor, it might be appropriate to ask if there is anyone in the audience who wishes to address the City Council on item number 16 this evening. Seeing no one, Madam Mayor, it would be appropriate then for you to open the public hearing for the purposes of entertaining a motion to continue this item to the meeting of, let's see, it's the first meeting in February. That would be February 6th. 6th. Thank you. So, Madam Mayor, if you open the public hearing and then we'd get the motion to continue the item.
Okay, so open up the public.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, open up the public hearing.
Then if there's a motion to continue this item to February 6th.
Okay, do I have a motion?
I was going to ask, are we going to do the consent calendar first?
Well, before we did that, I wanted to just kind of get that out of the way in the beginning. Oh yeah, we'll go back. Yes,
Yeah.
Thank you, Jennifer. Yes, absolutely.
This is only for item 16. We'll come
Yes,
back to
it's-
consent.
I just wanted to.
I'll make a motion to continue.
Second?
Okay, so I have a motion and a second to continue item number 16 to a future council meeting. Do we have a date?
February 6th.
February 6th. Okay, February 6th. Okay.
And that would be without further notice. That's the purpose for continuing.
Okay, very good. Okay. Do you need a roll call for that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so let's get a roll call for that motion and second to continue the item.
Council members Perez.
Aye.
Ramirez.
Aye.
And Mayor Rios.
Aye.
So if I may announce, Madam Mayor, the item number 16, which is on the agenda for this evening, the public hearing to consider resolution number 24-02, has been continued to February 6th at 6 p.m. or thereafter with no further notice. And the public, anyone who wishes to testify should be present at that time to present their public testimony to the City Council. And that concludes item 16 for this evening.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Arnold. Now we will move on to the consent calendar, items 1 through 14.
I'll move it.
Rick, before we move it, Mayor, I did bring it to your attention on item number 7. We do have appointments to various boards and commissions. The one that I was appointed to is during the middle of the day. right in the middle of a work time, and there's absolutely no way that I can do that. I personally don't like to commit to something if by chance I'm just gonna be free that particular day. So I'm not sure if we. I know that Vice Mayor Ayala is the alternate. I don't know if we've heard from him confirming his attendance, but I just wanted it to be made known that I cannot be on that committee at all.
Okay, and you're referring to the Celico?
Yes.
Okay,
that is
so
correct.
I did hear from Vice Mayor Ayala, who is willing to serve as the primary designee for Celico. We would just need to see who would be interested in serving as an alternate for this evening. So how would we manage that to make that adjustment for?
Well, if no one volunteers, Madam Mayor, maybe what you can do is either designate someone or bring just the alternate back at the next meeting.
Okay.
But you could move forward with the change as to the designated representative, leave vacant the alternate, and then come back and address it at the next
Are
meeting.
either of you interested in being an alternate?
I can't commit.
An
that.
alternate for Celico?
I actually served on it, so
Yeah,
I
I remember that.
Okay.
Okay.
And
So then, item number 7 on the consent agenda should show the adjustment for Celico specifically to show Vice Mayor Ayala as the designee and Councilman Ramirez as the alternate.
And then with that change to that item, then you can make a motion to adopt all consent items.
Okay.
Okay,
So-
we're leaving it on consent then?
I'm sorry?
We're gonna leave it on consent?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, can I get a motion to move consent items 1 through 14 with the mentioned changes to the appointment to Celico?
I'll make that motion.
A second.
Okay, thank you. Can I get a roll call, please?
Council members Perez,
Aye.
Ramirez,
Aye.
and Mayor Rios.
Aye. All right, moving on to appointments. Before I continue, or do Councilman Perez, Councilmember Perez, or Councilman Ramirez? Nothing. Okay. I do have an appointment this evening to my Park and Recs Commission. Anthony Armendariz, if you would please come forward. He is present to the podium. And our city clerk, Teresa, will give you some instructions and information.
I'll second that appointment.
Thank you so much. We have a motion and a second.
And we can do a roll call then.
Can I get a roll call, please?
Council members Perez,
Aye.
Ramirez,
Aye.
and Mayor Rios.
Aye.
Okay. Hi. If you please raise your right hand and follow after me. I think the words are up there. Well, I'll go slowly. Oh, your microphone's not on. You could press the arrow. Thank you.
My apologies.
We're great. I, and state your name,
I, Anthony Armendariz,
do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which I'm about to enter.
upon I am about to enter.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Anthony, for taking on the challenge as one of our commissioners. As you will learn, it's a very, very important role that you'll play in the community, and we appreciate your volunteerism.
You know, his first duty is, right?
Huh?
He has to treat everybody to SoCal. After the meeting, it's on you. I don't know if they told you that.
Okay. Our next item here is item number 17, report for one-way neighborhood rehabilitation program update. And who will lead us with that?
Yes,
Welcome.
Mayor, members of the City Council, Mr. Amanda Moreno will present.
Welcome, Amanda.
Hi, good evening, Mayor and members of the City Council. So tonight I'm excited to provide you with an update on the One Ways Neighborhood Rehabilitation Program. So just a little bit of background for anyone that doesn't know about this program. So in July of 2022, the Norwalk City Council approved $2 million for the One Ways Neighborhood Rehabilitation Program. Staff initiated community outreach in fall 2022 and hosted 3 community meetings in February 2023 to provide program information and application assistance. Applications were accepted in person and online on a first-come, first-served basis from March 1st to 31st. So in this picture, it depicts the One Ways neighborhood, which shows all the one-way streets that run north and south from Alondra Boulevard to Hopland Street, and then east and west from Pioneer Boulevard to Norwalk Boulevard. So in total, we had 85 applicants that applied for this program, but 5 of them were either denied or rescinded, so that left us with 80 approved applicants. So as you can see the breakdown here in the chart, we have 56 roofs that were approved, 9 fences, and 14 paint jobs, 0 garages, and then 1 junk removal, which is going to be a total of 80 applicants. So with that, to date, this is the number of completed projects. So we have 56 roofs that were completed, 14 exterior paint jobs that included stucco repair, and then 1 junk removal. So the average cost and time is going to be detailed here. So for a paint job, the average cost was $11,810, and it took approximately 13 days for the contractors to complete the exterior paint jobs. And then for roofs, it took an average time of 9 days to complete, and the average cost was $27,050. So there was a lot of work. What that means is there was a lot of work needed on these homes. They were way overdue, and we're talking about maybe 20, 30, even 40 years overdue. So this was a really, really necessary, 2 of the most necessary services that were provided through this program. So just a bit of background here. I think this data is really significant here because what this shows here is how long it took for the projects to be completed, and we're talking about from day 1 when the cost estimate was conducted to the final day when the contractors received the invoice. So we estimated it would take approximately 9 weeks to complete each of these projects, and I am happy to report that 61% of the projects were completed under the 9-week estimated timeline. So what we have here is the breakdown. We have 5 projects that were completed in 5 weeks. We have 13 projects completed in 6 weeks, 11 projects completed in 7 weeks, and then 13 projects completed in 8 weeks. So this was due to a combination of factors, which I would love to thank the internal staff that were involved. We're talking about our building inspectors, our permit techs, and then also our city clerk as well too. They were pushing these agreements through and just helping us complete these projects really quickly. And of course the contractors. We had some contractors working on 3 to 4 roofs in 1 week. So it was incredible to see how quickly they were able to move. So with that being said, we have 7 projects that were completed within the 9 weeks. So that was probably around like 10% of the projects. And then the remainder of, let me see here, I think it's around 24% is what it comes down to. 29% were completed over the projected 9-week timeline. So what that breaks down to is 11 projects were completed in 10 weeks, 4 in 11 weeks, 4 in 12 weeks, and then 2 in 13 weeks. And this is really important to know because the only other program we had available in the city of Norwalk was the federal CDBG home improvement program. And according to staff, in best case scenario, you're looking at a project to be completed in 4 months. Worst case scenario, we're looking at 2 years. And that is due to all of the rules and regulations. So I just want to thank the management team, city council, for allowing me this opportunity to create this program, because here, it's proven that we can provide these services a lot quicker. So I just, want to thank everybody involved in helping make that possible. So here's the fun stuff. We're going to take a look at some pictures here, some before and afters. So this is, and see if I can remember all their names. Here's a before of Frank Hinojo's house. And here's an after. He got a brand new roof. He's been there for over 20 years. I want to say he bought his property in the 1960s, 70s, so he's been there for a while. Here's another before, and this one presented a challenge of a old water heater on top of the roof. So the contractors faced a lot of different problems while they were working on these projects. And I love this one. This one looks great. So although this one got a brand new roof, some residents actually went and got extra work through each of the contractors. So some of them you might see, they look completely different and transformed. So in this case, the resident paid out of his own pocket to have his house painted. Here's another before. And here's an after. Another roof job. And here's another roof one as well too, before and after. This is, I'm sorry, I'm supposed to say all the names of the residents. I apologize. This is the Menchacas. And then here's another one, the Alvarados before and after, a brand new roof. A before and after for the Durans, and they got a paint job done, so it completely changed the look of the house. Another before and after of a roof as well. And this was the Alvarados as well. And this is right on the corner of Hopland, so it's really nice, these corner houses. And this house, I just want to point out, there are a lot of properties in this neighborhood where they're dealing with a lot of personal issues, and sometimes we don't know the full picture till we talk to the resident. And here there was just, they needed a lot of help, and I'm really happy we were able to do this for them. And a requirement of this program was that they abated all of the issues up in the front, so the debris and things like that. So get ready for this one, because if you drove by it, you wouldn't recognize it. This is what it looks like now. So I would like to point out and thank the contractor who worked on this. I thank all of them who worked on all the other projects as well too. But Mr. Ray Bueno is here in the audience, and him and his crews were the ones who worked on this particular house. They put in a lot of love into this property, and the residents are extremely, extremely thankful to the city council for allowing, the city to provide the funding to improve their home. So that concludes the photos. And another thing that I did as a part of this program was I sent out some surveys to each of the property owners. And I think it's really important to take this opportunity to capture, the impact of this program. So there was pre-construction surveys that were sent out, and it consisted of around 15 questions. And you can see here this breakdown. So this first question says, how long have you lived at this property? So we have people that have lived in their properties for 42%. They've been there for over 20 plus years. So these are the people that we're helping in this community, which is great. You can see there's a variety of residents we're helping. And then the breakdown continues between 10 to 20 years, you have 17%, 5 to 10 years, 12%, and then 0 to 5 years, I think it's a 26. My eyes are, it's a little small there. And then the next question we have here is, if this program was not available, would you have repaired the number one service you requested? As you can see there, more than 50% of respondents said no. So this was very necessary in this neighborhood. And then of course, if we look, yes, I think that's, let me see, I have the numbers here, 18%, and then 25% said maybe. And then here we also did a post-construction survey, and that consisted of around 5 to 7 questions, but I focused on these two specifically. So it says here, please rate your satisfaction with the service you received. So overwhelmingly, you'll see 80% of residents were very satisfied with the service they received, which I truly thank the contractors for this. It was a, combined effort to make this happen, but really happy to report that. 18% were satisfied, and then that's 2% in neutral. And 100% said they would participate in this program again. So I think overall it was a success, and I'm really thankful that we got to provide this program to the residents. So with that, the fiscal impact, a total of $2 million in general funds is allocated for the program and parking study, and the recommended action is that staff, City Council receive and file the One Ways Rehabilitation Program update. And with that, that concludes my report, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Amanda. Councilmember Perez, do you have any questions or comments?
Thank you, Mayor. Blown away, first off. Thank you, Amanda, for the report. John and team, thank you for everything that you did. And Amanda, I think you touched on it very well. The contractors that were utilized in this particular project are really an extension of the city. Because this was a city funded program, those contractors were then at some point considered city employees. To those residents, they didn't look at them as individual businesses, but really an extension of the city. And you highlighted Mr. Bueno that is here tonight. Mr. Bueno, thank you very much. Please thank your entire team, because I know it wasn't just you; it was your team that represents your business. And Amanda, please share our thanks to the other contractors as well.
I will do.
This is just an example. If we had additional funding, right, we would want to do more. And so I think we've taken a step as a council to look at different projects and funding resources already by changing some of the programming that we're using the CDBG funding for, in order to take away some of that restriction that we're federally obligated to utilize in order to use some projects that are similar to this. So let's find more. Let's find more money to do more good things like this. But again, thank you, Amanda, and please thank the entire team from all of us.
Yeah, definitely will do.
Appreciate it.
Councilmember Ramirez?
Yeah, thank you, Madam Mayor. Again, thank you guys for this outstanding program. It's, as you guys know, it's 50 years in the making, right? It was a older part of our community that needed much needed attention. But kudos to Mr. Bueno. I mean, he's not only a respectable contractor in the city, but he's also a lifelong Norwalk resident. His family goes way deep roots in our community. So thank you for giving back. It shows that, there's good people that give back to our community, that come from our community. And like Jennifer mentioned, I would love to see this program grow, not just to the one-ways area, but all across the city of Norwalk. There's much needed work to be done. And I'm excited. Maybe we should get some more money somewhere. I think we can put our heads together and figure it out. Let's take from here and put over there. But it's good that we were able to go outside the CDBG funding, the restricted funding that makes it very difficult for a lot of these people to do home improvements when they want to. So creative thinking, but makes it work. Thank you.
And no, I want to add to that. Definitely the creative thinking out of the box, and not settling with, what do you mean we can't do that with that funding? What do you mean we're restricted? No, we figured out a way. And that, I mean, this is just a testament to how, when you're committed to making a difference citywide, because I know that this was just a portion of our city. But I think what's amazing is that once people see the change that it creates for a single homeowner and resident, it just kind of grows from there. So although it was just this portion of the city, the opportunity for it to expand because other residents take notice is there. And I also want to mention thank you to Mr. Bueno and his associates for what he did, which Amanda, you alluded to is, this was more than just a construction, company and employees team coming in to do this work, whether it was painting or roof. They really took it to heart.
Yeah, they really did.
Got to know the residents, the homeowners. They got to know the people. They were servicing the people, and it wasn't just a transactional, it was more than that. And so thank you, Mr. Bueno, for that. And to, all the contractors involved in making this positive change and, embracing our residents like family, not just another job, but an impact in the family of the city of Norwalk.
Definitely. And if I may, I just want to leave you with two comments from the residents. One, they said, we are very thankful to the Norwalk City Council for this program as it was designed. Everything was nice, planned with due dates perfectly met. And then a second comment, wonderful program, would highly recommend to the community. The contractors were excellent and very nice. So I just want to end on that note because the residents were extremely, extremely grateful.
Thank you so much, Amanda. We will receive and file.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, now we will continue to our oral communications. I have one card before me. Mr. Richard Lambert, will you please come to the podium? And you will have 3 minutes to speak. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Richard Lambert. I've been a resident here since 1986. My ancestors have been living in this land called the United States of America for 20,000 years. I'm from Texas, and there's some footprints in the sand that they discovered. And on top of those footprints was a dinosaur footprint. I've come here today to talk about verse 17 of Luke chapter 8, which talks about how everything is going to be made known. A lot of people call me stupid. That will be made known who thinks might be stupid. But I asked a lot of people, what are fire hydrants made out of? What's the scientific notation? What's on the inside of a fire hydrant? The scientific notation. And what's on the outside of fire hydrants? The scientific notation. And I haven't found one person that can tell me. Fire hydrants are made out of iron, Fe. Inside of fire hydrants is H2O. And on the outside of fire hydrants is K9P. We cannot tolerate the intolerant. Isa is what the Muslims call Jesus. That's my prophet, Yeshua. I guess that stands for Israel's saving authority. There are 18 billion or 1.8 billion Muslims in the world. It doesn't take very many of them to be radical for things to not work out. We cannot compromise our values. Christian persecution is on the rise. Last time I talked about sin, Sidwall. Sid is stupidity, ignorance, and denial, and it's rampant. Sin is an acronym for the standard Islamic narrative, and that's appropriate. Sin. It's a sin to lie to people and tell them that the sun sets in a murky pool of water or whatever. The Sidwall is those people that did what they did on the 7th. Sick, awful individuals. Islam is not, as they say, a peaceful religion. You can listen to David Wood, Sam Shamoun, Dan Gibson, DCCI, CIRA, Al-Fadi, Hatun Tash. They can tell you and show you, using not the Bible, but their own scriptures, what they will believe, that they're worshiping the devil. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Lambert. And with that, this meeting is adjourned. Everyone have a safe and wonderful evening.